Hello everyone, welcome to the Yarn Bowl. Today in this video we're gonna see how to crochet this cute bunny basket, a perfect basket for your Easter treats or eggs. And I worked this basket using plush yarn and I used big twist cuddle yarn for working these baskets. If you want a free written pattern of these cute bunny baskets, it's available in my website theyarnbowlcrochet.com. Link for that is available in the description. Meanwhile, if you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. These are the cute baskets that we are going to make today. It's made using plush yarn and it looks like a little bunny, and you can store all your Easter treats and small eggs in this basket. It's a perfect Easter gift idea as well, and we're going to use plush yarn, and I'm going to use Joann's big twist yarn Cuddle for this baskets. Come on, let's start making the baskets. And I'm going to use 6mm crochet hook, and I'm going to use the blush color yarn for working this basket. So with 6mm crochet hook and the big twist cuddle yarn, I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I'm going to work 10 half double crochet on the magic ring. So we're going to work 10 half double crochet on the magic ring. So once you have worked 10 half double crochet stitches, you're going to tighten the magic ring and work a slip stitch on top of your starting half double crochet stitch to close this round 1. So at the end of round 1 you should have 10 half double crochet stitches. So once you have worked 10 half double crochet stitches on the magic ring, you can tighten the magic ring before working the slip stitch on top of your starting half double crochet stitch. And then once you have worked your slip stitch, you can secure the center of the magic ring with a knot. And then let's proceed with round 2. So for round 2, I'm going to work a chain 2. This chain 2 is considered as my first half double crochet stitch, and then I'm going to work one more half double crochet stitch on the same stitch, and then we are going to work 2 half double crochet stitches on each stitch around. So on each stitch of round 1 we are going to work 2 half double crochet stitches. So we're going to work 2 half double crochet stitch on each stitch around, and once we are done we are going to work a slip stitch on top of your starting chain 2 to close this round 2. So at the end of round 2 we should have 20 half double crochet stitches. So now I have worked 20 half double crochet stitches. I'm going to work a slip stitch on top of my starting chain 2 to close this round 2. And then we can work the body of the basket, which will be our round 3. for round 3 we are going to work only on the back loop stitches of round 2. So I'm going to work a chain 1. This chain 1 does not consider as a is not considered as a stitch, and then I'm going to work 1 half double crochet on the back loop of same stitch. And then I'm going to go ahead work 1 half double crochet stitch on the back loop of each stitch around. So you can see the front and back loop. I'm just going to pick up the back loop of each stitch of round 2, and then I'm going to work 1 half double crochet stitch on it. So we're going to work 1 half double crochet stitch on the back loop of each stitch around, and once that is done we are going to work a slip stitch on top of our starting half double crochet stitch to close this round 3. So at the end of round 3 we should have 20 half double crochet stitches that is worked on the back loop. So once this round is done, you can work a slip stitch on top of your starting half double crochet stitch. Now for round 4 we work a chain 1 which is not considered as a stitch, and then we are going to work 1 half double crochet stitch on the same stitch, and then we are going to go ahead work 1 half double crochet on each stitch around, and once that is done we are going to work a slip stitch on top of your starting half double crochet stitch to close this round. So at the end of round 4 we should have 20 half double crochet stitches, and then go ahead repeat row 4 until we are at the end of round 7. For round 4 to round 7 we are going to just work 1 half double crochet stitch on each stitch around. So repeat round 4 until we reach round 7. So repeat this until we reach round 7. So now I have worked until round 7. I'm just gonna snip off all the yarn odds here, and then I'll proceed working round 8. So round 8 is the last round for this basket. So we're gonna work back on the, we are going to work reverse single crochet stitch on each stitch around. So we're going to start off with the chain 1, which is not considered as a stitch. Usually we work clockwise, but for reverse single crochet we're just going to work a single crochet on the opposite direction. So working this way is going to give you a nice swirl border for your basket. So we are just going to work single crochet but on the opposite direction. We're going to work it anti-clockwise. So work one reverse single crochet on each stitch around, and once that is done, work a slip stitch on top of your starting stitch to close this round 8, and then you can fasten off, weave your ends. So and then you can weave all the odd ends, and you can snip off the odd ends. So here is our basket. If you just want to use a plush basket, you can use it as such, but we are gonna make this as a bunny basket, so we need to work the ears and the tail for this bunny basket. So next step is working the ears. So we need to make 2 ears for our basket. So I'm going to use the same blush yarn, and I'm going to work a slip knot, and then I will work 9 chains. Go ahead, work 9 chains. Once you have worked 9 chains, work 1 single crochet on the second chain from the hook, and then in the next 3 chains work 1 half double crochet. Work 1 half double crochet stitch on each on next 3 chains. We have worked our first half double crochet. Go ahead, work your second half double crochet on the next chain, and go ahead, work your next half double crochet stitch on the next chain, and then go ahead, work 1 double crochet stitch on each chain for next 3 chains. Work 1 double crochet stitch on each chain for next 3 chains. And in the last chain we are going to work 5 double crochet stitches. So working 5 double crochet stitches is going to turn your work to the opposite side. So once you have worked 5 double crochet on the last chain, we're going to work 1 double crochet stitch on each chain for next 3 stitches on the opposite side. And once you have worked this, we are going to work 1 half double crochet stitch on each chain for next 3 chains. So you must have a tail at the end of the chain, so make sure you work your stitches including the tail, and then we can snip it off at the end. So once you have worked 1 half double crochet stitch on the next 3 chains on the opposite side, you will have your last chain where you have worked 1 single crochet stitch on the opposite side. go ahead, work one single crochet stitch on the last chain, and then you can work a slip stitch, fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing this ear to the basket. So you need to work one more of this ear for the basket, and then now we can start making the tail. So for the tail we are going to work in a spiral. So we'll need a stitch marker to identify our first stitch. So for round 1 I'm going to work a magic ring, and then I'll go ahead work 6 single crochet stitches on the magic ring, and do not work slip stitch to close this round. So once you have worked 6 single crochets on the magic ring, tighten the magic ring and go ahead, start working your round 2 right away. We are going to work 2 single crochet stitch on each stitch of round 1. So in order to not miss our first stitch, always mark your first stitch using a stitch marker, because we are not ending each round with a slip stitch. And then you can tighten the magic ring and secure it with a knot. And for round 2, as I told you earlier, we are going to work 2 single crochet stitch on each stitch around. So at the end of round 2 we should have 12 single crochet stitches. So next for round 3 and 4, we are going to just work 1 single crochet on each stitch around. There is no increment for round 3 and 4. We are just going to work 1 single crochet stitch on each stitch around. So go ahead, proceed with round 3 and 4. I'll meet you at the end of round 4. So now for round 5, which is our last round, we are going to work single crochet 2 together on every 2 stitches around. So this is going to reduce our stitch count to 6 stitches, and before sewing in the small opening which is on the top, stuff your tail with a polyfill. So once you are done with this, before sewing your opening, just stuff your tail with polyfill. Once you have stuffed your tail with polyfill, you can sew in the opening with a sewing needle, and then with the same sewing needle you can sew your tail to the basket like we are doing it in the video. So once you are done with that, we would have attached our tail to the basket. Next step is to sew the ears to the basket. Next, place your ears on the opposite side of the basket to look like this. It will look like a bunny. And now you can sew it with the sewing needle. And then you can just make a knot, and then you can fasten off and weave your ends. Here it is, our cute bunny basket, perfect for Easter, is ready. You can store all your Easter candies, small egg candies, or Easter eggs on this. It's a perfect Easter gift idea. So I've stored some foam eggs on these basket. It looks so pretty, and it's very soft and cuddly as well. It looks like a cute little bunny. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial with me. If you want a free written pattern of this bunny basket, it's available in my website, theyarnbowlcrochet.com. I have attached the link for this written pattern in the description. You can go and check it out. And please do not forget to subscribe to the Yarn Bowl and click on the bell icon as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.